What's up, everyone? Mike Ellak here, your local realtor, and we are here with Justin Hanks from East Meets West Food Truck. So, Justin, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on our Small Business
Absolutely.
Spotlight. So, first off, tell us a little bit about East Meets West. So, how'd you get started?
Yeah, East Meets West is a original concept food truck that I developed. Basically, came up with the idea based on my upbringing. So my mom's Japanese, my dad's Caucasian, and so I was raised with both of them are chefs in their own right, but very different disciplines. So I always had rice on the table, always had some kind of Asian cuisine.
Right.
And a lot of the food that I had, I experienced growing up here in Oakdale. I didn't see anywhere else.
Okay.
So I knew when my friends would come over, they'd be just blown away by the types of dishes my mom would cook.
Yeah, Oakdale. We got a couple Chinese restaurants,
right,
but even at that, you're not very cultured. You know, nothing against Oakdale. I grew up here too. There's not a lot of culture as far as especially Japanese food.
No.
You know, we have sandwich shops, we have all the fast food restaurants, we have Chinese food, but
right.
I love the mix of what you're actually offering. So.
Right. No, a lot of like the Asian, more the street food style stuff you can't find it anywhere in the Central Valley very much.
No, unless you're buying sushi, which isn't really necessarily a street food.
Right.
You know, you have to sit down and eat it.
And so I saw that kind of growing up, as there wasn't a lot of people that experienced types of foods, and just growing up, I always had American food, and my mom would bring in Asian food, some kind of Asian cuisine that she make. And that's how I'd eat my dinner. It was always two different types of food. Every meal was like that. So
some of us wish we could have that.
Yeah, no. So I want to bring that basically here into the community.
Okay.
I worked for Comcast for 20 years.
Yep.
And got laid off from my last position out of Philadelphia, and wanted to make a change. So I took a lot of the money. I sold my house in Denver. I moved out to California, and I wanted to open up something in my hometown. And came up with this concept where I kind of married the two, to the Western cuisine and the Asian cuisine. So.
Hence East Meets West, right?
Yep.
All right, Justin. So where is East Meets West Food Truck? Where can we find you?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're mostly right now focusing on the breweries.
Okay.
So that's how we kind of start. The breweries, of course, it works well with the beer, and they don't have food service. So being there and it's mutually beneficial.
Right.
So it's a pretty strong relationship we have with the breweries here in Oakdale and in Modesto. We do a couple farmers markets, the one in Ripon.
Okay.
But mostly just here local events. Very little catering. We built up a really good audience at the brewery, so try to stick.
Do you guys want to do the catering, or is it just?
I don't. Right now, our
and I don't want to take away from your business, you know.
No. We'd love to do catering. It would have to be worthwhile.
Right.
Right now, we're doing so much volume.
Right.
At the breweries, and we hit so many people when we do the breweries. In private events, we're just hitting like one specific little group of people.
Right.
So if it's big catering events, we'd want to, but right now we're doing so well at the breweries. Our food truck is also a little bit different than the other ones. Mm-hmm. Our food, because we have such a wide variety menu,
you actually do
dishes, right? We cover from the east to west. It takes about 2 days of prep.
Right.
So I'm limited
for one event.
So I'm limited to like two to three events a week.
Right.
And at 3, we're pushing it because we're doing a back-to-back, and it's a lot of work, a lot of prep. And then in the food truck, you can't necessarily carry food over.
Right.
So there's very little that we carry.
So much.
Everything is fresh that we make. So when we start an event, we don't really carry over a lot of food.
And I can tell you all from experience, we tried to catch them at Tapped Apple. Our night was going a little long. We ended up getting there at about 7:30, and they were already sold out. So if you see East Meets West, which we'll talk about your social media, we'll talk about your website. You need to get there early if you want to get some food because it's amazing. It's amazing.
Early.
And I'm just trying to get one of the corn dogs. You know, I know you have another top seller, but the corn dogs, man, that sausage and cheese one just sounds amazing. It's your own dip, right?
Yep. We use our own batter for that, and we do a honey Chardonnay mustard sauce that we make in house too.
Okay, honey Chardonnay. Yep. All right, that
pairs really well. Our best is the hot link. So we get some premium hot links. Okay. And it sounds funny in a corn dog, but it works really well.
I've seen it a bunch of times, but I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna have to pig out when I come here. So let's talk top seller.
Top seller
is one of your bows, right?
Bows, yeah, either one. So it's about 50-50 as far as sales.
Okay.
It's which is the original product that I wanted to open up with the truck is my mom's ginger chicken. So she made this ginger chicken. It's excellent. She marinates it overnight and then lightly battered and then quickly fried, and it's super crispy, super juicy, and super savory with all the marinade and everything. that was ginger and garlic and soy sauce. And so we started with that, the concept of the truck.
Right.
This chicken was going to be kind of the main piece on the east side of the menu.
Right.
And we ended up building bao around it, doing rice bowls, French fries. But our number one seller is that in a bao. The other one would be our pork belly.
Right.
So the number one seller in Asia, in China and Taiwan, is guao bao, which is pork belly bao.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so
All
we
right.
take pork belly, and actually that's what takes us so long for a prep. It takes 3 days to process the pork belly. So we've got to marinate it
So you
overnight.
buy the pork belly like just fresh?
Yeah, all of our
cut
meat's
of
fresh.
pork? Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, we spend a lot of time trimming and cleaning the meats, and we
Right.
basically.
Where'd you learn to do all that?
We just growing up with my dad. My dad again is
Okay.
yeah, he's a home chef in his own right. So he spent a lot of time working, mostly barbecue, but it translated well into what we do.
Man, we were neighbors, and I never got invited over for dinner, man. Yeah, we were all too busy, AT&T, Comcast,
Right?
going through all those things, right?
Yeah.
So, where can we find you on social media?
On social media, we're at East Meets West Food Truck.
Okay, on Facebook,
Yep.
on Instagram.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, just those two right now.
And then eastmeetsfoodtruck.com.
Yep, eastmeetswestfoodtruck.com.
Okay. And we'll make sure we get all those posted up here.
Great.
During the video. So we want to highlight, I appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to, I got to trace you down. My wife and I are not necessarily huge beer drinkers, but when you go to Tapped Apple or somewhere else, we're gonna
come on by. We're at the brewery.
We're gonna get there early though.
Yeah, come by early. I recommend it.
Anything else you want to let everybody know? What makes East Meets West stand out compared to all the other food trucks?
Oh, great question. A lot of food trucks out here. They specialize in one thing.
Right.
You got a lot of pizza trucks, a lot of taco trucks,
Right.
A lot of barbecue trucks, and there are some Asian trucks, but not that many. I think what really sets us apart is the menu that we designed. So we do have
that here.
Corn dogs.
I know it may not be, you may not see it very well.
We have corn dogs. We have our burgundy tri-tip. There's a place down in Southern California that sells this tri-tip, very similar. They use a tumbler.
Okay.
So we have a vacuum tumbler that we put the tri-tip in with our special marinade.
And
so we use burgundy sauce, and it infuses the flavor.
Oh, wow.
There's no marinade left in the tumbler when you take it out. It's soaked into.
How long does it go?
About 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It sits there and tumbles in the meat.
Cool.
And what it does is not only sucks in all that the flavor,
Right.
but it tenderizes the meat at the same time. So when we cook our tri-tip,
Right.
it's super tender and super savory. So that's another one of our best sellers. But
I'm gonna bring a small fortune and pig out, man. I can't wait.
But having that as an option, if you're not into Asian food,
Right.
it's a great. And that's why we actually built the menus to cater to everybody. So
Right.
what really sets us apart really is the ability to bring your whole family out here, and we have something for everybody.
Yep. That is awesome. I can't wait. I was happy. I actually ran into Justin at the gas station.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, hey, I know you. And then we talked, and he actually had this hooked up. So talked a little bit about it, and now I'm excited to really get some food.
Can't wait to see you out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll make sure we get all your social media, all that listed. Everybody go see East Meets West. Follow him. The Oakdale Breweries. I know he's been at Tapped Apple. They've been a couple different places. So go see him. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.